I was having a really good day and everything was going really smooth until I watched this video, because I was at work and I got the notification. And I don't know why I played this video. I should have not even played the video because, if I would not have known the situation, I would still be happy, But when I watched the video, like probably like half of the video, not even the full video, because I wanted to watch the video when I come home and relax and I want to see and react with you guys. But it's gonna make you mad and like literally, you wish you could put your hand through the screen and grab that person. Okay. So we're gonna watch this video, and I'm really pissed. Like let's just watch this video, man. I'm pissed about it. Yeah.
I've recently been on a streak of sharing good news with all of you, positive, silly, or wholesome things. But just like my wrist when I was 15 playing in a wiffle ball game, it's time to break it. I have to share this story here. The streak is coming to an end. How many of you know the name Christopher Schultz? I imagine not that many of you, unless maybe you see him in the comment section on Pornhub or something. He is a deplorable degenerate, worst dad of the year. Earlier this year, he killed his 2-year-old daughter by leaving her in a hot car. 109 degrees. She was left in the car for 3 hours
109.
so he could go inside and do some online shopping and watch porn. And also played some video games, no doubt bottom fragging in whatever game he was playing, and for 3 hours, he left his daughter in the car to die.
So I'm being treated like a murderer?
No,
I just lost my baby.
not at all. I know.
And that's the crazy part about this line. So I'm being treated like a murderer, motherfucker. Man, I really do not want to explode. Like I really want to punch this guy so bad. Your daughter died, bro, because of you. Your irresponsibility, okay? Just because you wanted to shake your willy, okay, so badly, and your daughter died. Okay, and like, just keep watching. Let's keep watching.
And I know this isn't easy for you. That's why I'm trying to be straightforward and honest with you, okay?
Look at this. Look at those tears. Can't even cry.
Not the most convincing performance with these crocodile tears he tried to squeak out. His eyes couldn't really get moisturized at all there. So probably not the strongest performer in his high school thespian troupe, but he does look like the kind of guy who still talks about the high school glory days of being an offensive lineman in the state championship. This guy has a history of being a fucking mess and putting his kids in danger.
My whole family, my whole family's gonna be ruined.
Oh, you ruined it. Where you going, buddy?
We'll be alright.
No.
So we
I want to take a shower. You know what? My daughter died because of me. Why not just take a shower? Okay, why? Why not? Bro,
can't let you do that right now. We have to stand by with you, okay? As soon as we can, we will let you
You can stay in
know.
the room if you want, but I'm gonna talk.
I know this isn't easy for you, but the quicker we get this done and finished up, the sooner you can be with your wife, all right?
I'm trying
need
to
stand
rinse
by
off
with you.
so I can go to the
I know,
hospital
but
to be with my wife.
we're not going to shower
No.
anything right now. You need to stand by.
He got over the death of his daughter very fast.
Very
Now he's
fast.
focused on practicing good hygiene, probably for the first time in his life, because this dude is a complete fucking rotten slob. He has a history of being a drunk and also driving while intoxicated, allegedly. It's unknown if he was intoxicated during this moment here. There's no
Oh, it does look
conclusive
like it.
evidence of it, but just giving it the old eyeball test here, it seems like he is. Like, I'm sniffing it, and it smells like this guy is fucking hammered. Like, the way he can barely keep his eyes open, the way that he's kind of, like, unsteady on his feet, he kind of wobbles a little bit like Oswald Cobblepot. He, to me, seems intoxicated. But, of course, I'm not an expert. I didn't come over there and fucking breathalyze him or anything. I'm just telling you what my little peepers are looking at here with the evidence, and that's my impression. He actually looks like a caricature of an alcoholic you'd find in a cartoon. Like he'd be a regular at the Family Guy's Drunken Clam.
I don't understand why.
Okay, it's you. We just need to stand by
And I'm
with you.
standing by. Why can't I take
I
a
know.
shower while you stand by? What is...
now taking the shower is a priority, okay? He's not even thinking about the death of his child. Okay, why? I want to go out take a shower. There's nothing wrong with it, bro.
It's not necessary right now. I'm not going to stand here and watch you shower. There'll
At
be
least
time
my
for
parents
that,
were
but
not
it's
at
not
home.
right now, okay?
He's literally
Now, this happened
cursing.
earlier this year, and his charges have been upgraded to first-degree murder.
Look at that girl, man. Such a cute girl. Poor girl, man. Really poor girl. Literally, I was so pissed when I was at work and I saw this part. I was literally, I wanted to tear up, and I was so mad at that face. Like, this man.
And the reason for that is he claimed that he left his daughter in the car because she was sleeping and he didn't want to wake her. But it
Oh,
turns out he has a history of irresponsible and dangerous behavior towards his children, including previously leaving them in cars. And in this case, he said he left the car running, but that he also knew that the car had a safety feature that would turn off the engine after 30 minutes. He said he knew from previous experience. He also tried to claim that he got home at 2 p.m. in order to make it seem like it wasn't that long with her trapped inside of the vehicle. But surveillance camera footage confirms he got home at 12:53 p.m., so the girl was in the car for 3 hours. It
poor
wasn't until
girl.
his wife got home at 4 p.m. that her unconscious body was recovered. So his Weasley slimy little story doesn't work, and he openly admits that he knew the car would turn off. Now, they're trying to claim that he forgot the child's in the car, saying, like, this kind of thing happens. People just forget their kid in the car. And I guess that is true because for as long as I can remember, probably for as long as cars have existed, there have been hundreds and thousands of reports of kids and pets dying in hot vehicles because the people were too stupid to recognize that you shouldn't do that, that that's a bad thing.
True.
So, yeah. I know that is correct. People do forget their kid in the car sometimes, but that's not a good excuse. That's for the most dangerously moronic of society, and I don't think that that somehow should,
Yeah.
be okay. Like, oh, they made a boo-boo, what a mistake, a whoops-a-daisy moment. We can't throw them in jail for that. Yes, you should. That is too stupid to be allowed in society. You are a danger to the people
Oh,
around
yeah.
you for being
Oh,
such
yeah.
a fucking idiot.
Fucking.
Like, I think that is not a good defense at all. Even if that is the case. I don't know if he planned to kill his daughter here. There's no way I'd be able to tell. But regardless, his irresponsible, dangerous actions led to her death. That is an irrefutable fact. And he
He's a
needs
murderer,
to
man.
face the
Yeah.
harshest
He killed
possible
her.
consequences for that.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of messages that confirm that this
What's that? The child's mother says, "You haven't shown me you can stop putting the girl in danger or not treat me badly. Even yesterday, you drove home drunk with two minors. I've been asking for 3 years to cut back, and it's actually gotten worse. You replaced cocaine with alcohol in this exchange. What's his name? Scholtes? Scholtes, what the fuck? Whatever fuck is this? Concedes he's an addict. Marana police say they found store surveillance that showed at least two instances of Scholtes shoplifting beer, 2 or 3 cans at a time. So he's a thief as well, petty. Police say neighbor described several incidents where children from the family wandered the neighborhood unsupervised, apparently without Scholtes knowing they were out of such an
guy is
irresponsible
just a
person.
complete fucking menace. You haven't shown me you can stop putting the girls in danger or not treat me badly. Even yesterday, you drove home drunk with two minors. I've been asking for 3 years to cut back and it's actually gotten worse. You replaced cocaine with alcohol. He repeatedly put their children in danger over and over again. Also, apparently shoplifted beer, 2 or 3 cans at a time. So this guy was just fucking boofing beer cans on his way out, just putting them in his prison wallet and shuffling away, I suppose. And there was also numerous incidents where children were wandering around the neighborhood unsupervised without Schultz knowing they were out of the house. On the day of the child's death, the police gave a timeline. The 2-year-old had been in the car for more than an hour and 10 minutes when Schultz began browsing the internet. A computer search shows over half an hour. He visited a shopping site, then spent 5 minutes watching pornography videos. No one removed the child and tried to save her until her
Jerking
mother
off.
came home at around
Shit.
4:15 p.m. About 3.5 hours after police say surveillance cameras saw Christopher Schultz park the car and walk away. Also, according to his other 2 children, he had got distracted putting food away and playing video games. So that's like the whole timeline here. This disgusting Cro-Magnon made the inexplicable decision to leave his daughter in the car because she was sleeping and didn't want to wake her for whatever reason. Claimed he left the car running even while knowing that the car would shut off in 30 minutes. Goes inside to do a little shopping, probably picking up a few nipple clamps for himself off Amazon, and then watches 5 minutes of porn, so he must have seen one boobie and busted, and then spent the rest of the time putting food away and playing video games. All the while, his daughter was dying in that car. What a piece of shit.
Piece of shit.
And again, this isn't like a freak accident from this guy. He has a history of this kind of dangerous behavior with his children. And here's another text message to confirm it. On the day the child died, the mother on the way to the hospital with daughter texts him and says, "I told you to stop leaving them in the car. How many times have I told you?" He replied, "Babe, I'm sorry."
Sorry, huh?
So he has done this a lot. It's been confirmed by many others that Christopher Schultz left his kids in the car pretty frequently. I'm also going to throw this in here because I found it kind of sad.
It says Schultz's wife spoke during his appearance and said she wants him back home with their other children to begin the grieving process. She also said he's not a risk to the community. What? Man, this woman needs to really think it again, man. I was her, I would leave this guy for good, okay? Get rid of him, find a better person for your kids, okay? Responsible. This guy is not it, woman. This guy is not it.
When reading about this. Schultz's wife spoke during his appearance in court where he's pleading not guilty to the charges, and she spoke saying that she wants him back home with their other children to begin the grieving process. She also said he is not a risk to the community. He's a risk to everyone.
Oh,
There
yeah.
is repeated behavior that endangered your children, and it led to the 2-year-old daughter dying. And it was pretty obvious from the body cam footage that there wouldn't be any grieving on the
No.
behalf of Christopher Schultz. It
No.
doesn't really seem like he cared all that much. How could someone who actually cared about his children constantly drunk drive with them or leave them in hot cars so much that you have told him tons of times to stop doing that? That is not the actions of someone who cares. That is the actions of an evil piece of shit.
True.
And it seems like she's going to be sticking by his side, which
That's not
I
good.
just do find sad. I'm not
It
like
is.
blaming her or anything, because I understand when you've been with someone for so long, it's very hard to come to terms with something like this happening. But she mentioned how he treats her badly and constantly goes against her advice of keeping the children safe. He did the most irresponsible and dangerous shit with his kids frequently. This is not someone that should ever see the light of day again. Schultz also has a 16-year-old from a previous relationship who spoke out about this, saying that Schultz would leave her alone inside of the car sometimes for hours since she
Wow.
was as young as 7. It makes plenty of sense. Actually, I'm surprised it didn't happen sooner. Once I had to go sit out in the car for 4 to 5 hours and continuously had to restart the car and had only eaten once that day. Like, this is someone who has no regard for human life outside of his own. He, from what I can tell, and this is me just on the outside looking in, it seems like this guy really viewed children as a burden or a nuisance, so any opportunity he had to, like, distance himself from them, he would take. And that would be leaving them in the car so he'd go inside and watch porn and play games without having children around to bother him or something.
Man, that's why I say, not every parent deserves a kid.
That's the impression I get from this. There is no other explanation for this reckless behavior and this endangering of his children. She described that period as a nightmare, saying that it changed her as a person and she'll never be the same as she was before she moved into that house, and that it got so bad in 2021 she tried to take her own life because she didn't want to live with her father. Child Protective Services got involved and Schultz lost custody of her. This man has a complete disregard for the well-being of his children. This is not the case of a good man making one mistake. This is the case of a bad man making tons and tons of mistakes until it costs
Continuously.
someone their life. I truly don't believe that this is some kind of forgivable accident, that it just slipped his mind his daughter was still in the car after it had
No.
turned off.
No.
This is someone that should face the maximum possible sentence here.
True.
I don't know if they'll actually get first-degree murder charges to stick on him here. I'm not a fucking lawyer, but I'm sure there will be some charges that will stick in this case, and I hope that it carries a huge, huge prison sentence. But
Hopefully.
anyway, I just
Yep.
wanted to talk about this a little bit. That's it. So yeah.
Yeah, man, that's basically it. Like, it literally pissed me off so bad when I was at work, and I was like, how irresponsible can someone be? Like, bro, you're a father, okay? You got kids. At least have some responsibility, okay? You want to watch porn, you want to shake your willy, whatever the fuck you want to do, just do it being responsible, okay? Make sure your kids are safe, then do whatever the fuck you want to do. You want to kill yourself, okay? By all means, okay? But make sure your kids are happy, okay? Make sure they are safe, okay? And I don't know what that woman, the wife of that guy, I don't know, like, I hope she thinks her decision again. Excuse me. I hope she thinks her decision again and makes a better choice, find the right man for the kids, because that guy is not changing. And I hope they put him in jail for at least 40, 50 years. At least, okay? Irresponsible son of a bitch he is. Okay? I hate these kind of people. Okay? Whatever.